Hello, and welcome to Maidens of the Spear, where we talk about the Wheel of Time. We have a really good time, and we also, in addition to that, if you can believe it, play role-playing games with our very fun friends. And I'm gonna bring one of those fun friends on right now. Hello, Jasmine.
Hey, it's me, certified fun friend.
Certified fun friend Jasmine Dawn,
Yeah.
everybody. And Jasmine, you work on the Critical Role TV cartoon show.
Yes, the animated series Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh, hells yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also a writer for UCB Mod. She is
When that
a
existed,
brilliant,
yes.
a brilliant dungeon master herself. We're so excited to have you on our stream today.
Thank you.
And normally Jasmine is a regular player on our Crater of Madness stream. And when I say normally, I mean we've had one session, and then everyone keeps going to Canada.
Yeah.
So Vic is in Canada this weekend.
That's part of the D&D experience, really, is just like, once a week someone goes to Canada. It's one of those
Happens to
changes
all
they
of
made
us.
in 5th edition, and like it or hate it, like
I think it's really been a good improvement. Oh, and look who's coming in hot from her other rehearsal. That's a Miss Mary Lou of the Sandwich
Mary
Aja
Lou.
for you.
Hello!
Hey!
Decided to be of the Sandwich Aja because I didn't get to eat lunch coming from work, and so I will be eating lunch during some of our character creations.
Okay,
Sorry!
Mary Lou, what color is the Sandwich Aja? Because Sandwich Aja will not stand.
Sure. I guess it's kind of like a whole wheat, like a wheatish kind of tan.
The tan Aja.
Like a toasty.
Like a toast.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. I'm gonna edit
What
your
color
name
is this?
for you.
Sesame?
The
Maybe is
sesame,
that a color?
multigrain
the
Aja.
sesame
Multigrain Aja?
Aja.
Yeah.
There you go. I edited it for you.
Okay.
So, Jasmine, let me ask you real quick. Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
So I vaguely looked it up because I was like, I should
Okay.
know at least one thing about Wheel of Time.
Awesome.
So I know that the Ajas are like different groups and they have like different like focuses on their like powers and
Perfect.
stuff. But
No,
yeah.
you're basically a pro.
Yeah.
That's literally all that happens on the Wheel of Time is that
Mhm.
one fact gets established. And it's crazy that you just did it in one sentence and it took Robert Jordan like 12,000 pages.
Yeah. Well, I'm an
Good job.
artist.
You're an artist. You're a
yeah.
professional writer.
Gotta
So,
be concise.
Yeah.
well, we're very excited to have you. We want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com. Thank you, D Margo 98649, one of our loyal fans, always coming in with the good tips.
Wow.
Gotta love D Margo. My favorite thing about D Margo is their emotional sincerity. Like,
They're so real.
They're so real.
Just so real.
Yeah.
And like, it's
D-Margo
really
saved my
refreshing.
life.
DeMargo saved your life. But tell me that story.
I was in a really dark place. Just the wife left, took the kids, the car, the house, and everything. And I was like, man, I want to become famous. I want to buy followers, primes, and viewers. If only there was a way for me to do that. And who should show up? A D Margo 98649.
D Margo, the hero, coming in, literally saving Jasmine's life, pulling Jasmine back from the edge of the abyss.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
If you are interested in the edge of the abyss, you should watch our regular weekly D&D stream, The Creator of Madness. But that is not what we're playing today. No. What we're playing today, and I'm just kind of stalling to see if anyone else is going to show up right up top. But you know what? We told them when the stream was starting, and they ain't here, suckers.
To be fair, this isn't one of our normal stream times.
No. This is an unusual stream. That's true.
However, everyone at home, you should have marked this off on your calendars and told your family that you would be unreachable during these hours because
exactly.
Get your priorities straight.
We call that booking out. Hey, Snooze Bones.
So, funny story
our
about
audio engineer.
Our audio engineer, Snooze Bones, back in the chat. Snooze Bones, we're glad to have you. I was actually just eating pizza with Snooze Bones last night. The Madness stream. Well, while we wait, let me give you a little rundown on the Creator of Madness. That is our D&D 5th edition stream where we just play standard D&D, except all the characters are haunted ones. And it takes place in the Crater of Madness, a giant octagonal crater in the earth. And it is all that is left of what was once the greatest city in the world. And now
Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, it used to be Akron, Ohio, and now is an octagonal crater in which the laws of reality are slipping. Time, space, all of these things don't function the way they should or how you might expect them to, and they can change on you at any time. Basically, anything can happen, and any who enter, if they survive and are able to find their way out, are assuredly insane. And the Crater of Madness follows 3 intrepid young adventurers from the Village of Bones who have decided to enter the Crater of Madness in pursuit of the legendary Allstone. Starring Glenn the Goblin, Quinala, Medicine Woman.
Doctor
Quinala, Medicine Woman.
First name Doctor, not legally.
Oh, her first name is Doctor.
I think so.
Yeah, I love that. Dr. Quinala, Medicine Woman, the 8-foot tall elf, and Tumen, the human. And they're so much fun. I love all of them. Jasmine is Dr. Quinala, Mary Lou is Glenn the Goblin, and Vic, who played with us last week on Is Ayo Sedai, is Tumen the human. And they're just so fun to watch.
It was so fun. It's going to be a great campaign.
But today, is that what we're playing, Mary Lou? Nah. She says with her sandwich in her mouth. No. Today we are playing Is Ayo Sedai. Is Ayo Sedai. Let me spell that for anyone who doesn't know how to spell Is Ayo Sedai for whatever fucking reason. Can't even imagine.
I don't get it. Very easy to spell.
Boom. Oh, it's just gonna scroll down there like that.
Look at it scrolling.
Look at it scrolling.
We gotta. Yeah, I feel like I'm on like CNN.
I love this scrolling action.
Let me see. Breaking news. 3 hotties played Is Ayo Sedai. Boom.
Thousands presumed dead.
True.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is why we bring Jasmine on the stream.
Perfect. Keep that on the entire stream. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be there. This is getting the context people need when they join in the stream.
Exactly.
Is Ayo Sedai is a game Mary Lou and I have been creating for a few months now, based on John Harper's Forged in the Dark system, which, if you've played Blades in the Dark or a few other games that are based on the system, Forged in the Dark is John Harper's like Creative Commons TTRPG system that he put out for the world, and it's
Thank you, John.
Good. Thank you, John. He came and actually watched this stream last week, and we're so thankful for that. But Is Ayo Sedai is our best attempt at capturing the world of the Wheel of Time in a TTRPG. But as anyone who's familiar with the books or vaguely familiar with them knows, the world of the Wheel of Time is absolutely... Oh, John, hello, you're back! Hello, John! Welcome back. The world of the Wheel of Time... Oh, John, I'm so happy to see you. The world of the Wheel of Time is massive. And
speak his name and he shall appear.
He shall. It's like I spoke the name of Shaitan, and I felt the Dark One's eye upon me. That's a little Wheel of Time reference for you, Jasmine. The Wheel of Time is massive, and it's an interesting experience creating a game for a world like this because real game developers like John Harper, like others, who are creating kind of their own worlds and putting together these like long resource books for you that have all the details of their world in them. They do so much great work. And Mary Lou and I were like, well, Robert Jordan already did all this work creating this world that we love. Let's just play in that world. So all we have is a player sheet and a bunch of rules that exist right up here for now. And like we are working on getting them down onto paper so other people can play. But for now, we're still like tweaking everything. So
Still very much in tweak mode.
So you get to watch us. And the good news about that means everything is changing. So if you see anything that you think could be improved or that you would do differently, let us know in the chat. Just say, hey, you're being a bunch of big dumb butts. Do it different. And we'll do it different. Maybe if we like your idea.
We love feedback.
We love feedback, especially positive feedback too.
Give us compliments, please.
But yes, so Wizards of the Coast, the creators of Dungeons and Dragons, or not the creators, but the publishers of Dungeons and Dragons, now put out a Wheel of Time mod of D&D 3rd Edition a few years ago, and I own it. I've read through it. It's
like
cool.
What, 400 pages?
It's really long. It's like 400 pages. It's cool. It's cool that they did that. I'm glad they did it. But they basically just like ported over the D&D spellcasting system, and it's just not, it doesn't work for what magic is in the Wheel of Time. It's just magic works differently. So we made our own. We made our own thing. And Jasmine, anyone who's in the chat who's here Sunday already heard me give Vic a big long spiel about this, but I'm going to give you a shorter version just to give you some background. What are we doing in this game? So you looked up the Wheel of Time. You're familiar with Ajas.
You're familiar with Is Sedai.
And you're familiar with Is Sedai. So that means you must be familiar with the One Power. And in this game, you play as Is Sedai. This is a single class game. So you will be a magical woman who can channel the One Power, which is this like ontologically foundational cosmic force that drives time itself forward. And some small percentage of humans, I think it's like 1% maybe, can bring this energy into them and then release it. And when a human processes the One Power and uses it, which is called channeling the power, it divides up into 5 elements: air, water, earth, fire, and spirit. And by like basically like emitting various threads of these elements and weaving them together in different specific patterns, you can cause different effects on the world. But you could also use the elements just as elemental magic. So you could use fire to throw fireballs at people or create a fire tornado. You could use earth to cause an earthquake. You can send threads of earth down into like rock to try to see like, is there iron down here? Like Is Sedai back in the day used to mine that way to try to look for different minerals.
Is there gold in them there hills?
Is there gold in them there hills? Says the non-binary prospector, which is one of my favorite jokes.
I love that joke.
It's so good. Yeah, so you're going to play as an Is Sedai, and let me bust out the character sheet so we can help you visualize this just a little bit. Okay. Showing screen now. If I want how to do that. Okay, here we go. Boom. So, Is Sedai. And now I'm getting echo. Mary Lou, why are you doing this to me?
What?
I'm always echoing. So
I'm using a different mic this time.
This is the full character sheet.
Headphones? That could be
no.
This is the full character sheet.
Okay.
So there's 4 main sections. There's just like basic info, your name and Asha. This is the One Power. This is basically like the magic system section. This is your spells and your different elemental strengths. Attributes is your classic D&D proficiencies. And gameplay has advantages, which are little bonus things you can add to your character. And Serenity, which we'll talk about later, and Harm. And Caitlin, is there the Black Asha?
The Black Asha doesn't exist.
So the Black Asha doesn't exist, first of all. We are going to try to keep this stream spoiler-free. Jasmine hasn't read the books, and we want people who haven't read the books to be able to watch this stream and learn how to play the game. But is there the Black Asha? You could play as the Black Asha if you wanted to, if you were playing this at home. We plan to make a custom player sheet for the Black Asha that involves like other skills and other proficiencies and other weaves that might be more relevant to Black Aja members. Oh, it's all good, Caitlin. We didn't actually say that, so you didn't break any rules. But if you do it again,
But if
we'll
blasphemy,
continue to appreciate your support and
because the
welcome
Black
you
Asha
here.
doesn't exist, right, Caitlin? Right?
Yeah, so this is the character sheet, and there's a lot to talk about in this game, but let's do it. Okay, first breakdown. What is the ontology of the world, the cosmology of the Wheel of Time? You got your creator, your deist clockmaker god, creates reality. Boom. You got the Dark One. Dark One is your Satan figure. He's your embodiment of, like existential nihilist death craving. And he's trying to basically end time and end existence itself.
He's trying to end the wheel?
He's trying to end the wheel.
Shit.
Yeah,
Stop
so he's less
the turning
about
of the
like
wheel of
evil.
time.
I mean, he absolutely is evil, but
Mhm.
he's more interested in absolute destruction of life and reality.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like trying to make an eternal prison for all human beings, right? What he's really after is just like absolute nothingness.
So those are kind of the two forces.
Scary.
That's your Ahura Mazda and your Angra Mainyu. And then you've got the pattern, which is reality itself. And the wheel of time is essentially, you can think of it as like a loom, or like the wheel of
Spinning wheel.
a spinning wheel.
Okay, yeah.
Spinning forth the threads that make up reality. And every person's life is a thread in the broader pattern of reality itself. And this is a cyclical world. So there are 7 ages that repeat. And we are going to be playing in a couple centuries before the events of the books, in an age called the Third Age. An age yet to come, an age long past, because it's a cycle, you see. And
it's a wheel. It's a
the
circle.
Third Age takes place after the Second Age, known as the Age of Legends. The Age of Legends is like the pinnacle of human civilization. Absolute mastery of science and magic.
They got spaceships. They got airplanes. They got hover cars. They got medicine.
They got vape pens.
They got vape pens out the wazoo.
Yeah, they got those motorized unicycle things where it's just like a wheel.
Yeah, and everybody has them, and they're all so easy to use.
Yeah.
They don't explode ever.
No.
And in the Age of Legends, though, the Dark One was unknown. He had been sealed away by the creator. But a couple of enterprising scientists, in pursuit of a better source of energy, kind of figured out, wait, there's this weird thing that's like outside the pattern, but it seems really strong. And if we could tap into it, maybe that would be a good clean source of energy. And they do that, and they accidentally bore a hole into the Dark One's prison, allowing the Dark One to touch the world once again. And that causes all sorts of problems. There's a whole war about it. Humanity had forgotten war, but war comes back. People are killing each other. It's a whole mess. And ultimately ends in the breaking of the world after this guy named Luz Theron, who was like top dog in the Age of Legends, and all of his buddies used magic to reseal the Dark One away. But when they did this, the Dark One was able to touch the male magic that they were using itself and put a taint on it, so that any man using magic from that point forward would inevitably go insane and kill everyone and everything around him.
Roll back. Inevitable.
Yeah. And at this point,
so touching the taint makes
yes,
you insane.
Touching the taint drives you insane.
Touching the taint made him crazy.
They got that taint madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was no way to avoid the taint. The taint was all around them. It was inside them.
Yeah, you got to be careful. The Dark One's taint just has... The Dark One puts his taint all over everything.
Yeah.
But actually, that's not true. He puts his taint all over male magic, but not female magic. Because the true power has two halves, Saidar and Saidin. Saidar used by women, Saidin used by men. And we're not going to get very gender about this, because Robert Jordan was an old white guy writing before gender happened. And
it hadn't been invented yet.
Gender hadn't been invented yet.
This was pre-gender.
This is a pre-gender society. We have a lot of interesting thoughts on it, I think, but this isn't the right venue for it. So for now, forget your Judith Butlers and just Caitlin, thank you so much. This is the humor we want to be known for. Uh, Caitlin says, "Taint, I'm
Caitlin is one of
12
us.
and laughing. You guys crack me up." And, speaking of taints and cracks, the breaking of the world. Um, so the men go insane, and you have all these hyper powerful male wizards destroying the world. Like, think like on the scale of literally reorganizing the continents. The
Like,
global map doesn't look the same. All cities are destroyed, civilizations are destroyed, and humanity is essentially like plunged in to a dark age.
New Jersey is in
literally
Asia
like
now. It's
blast
fucked
them
up.
back. Mhm.
Yeah, New Jersey is in Asia now.
Yeah, the Sopranos intro is like all in Japan. It's weird.
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
weird.
The Sopranos it's a Yakuza show.
Yeah, dude, I
And
want to
that's
watch
really,
that so bad.
people were so confused by that. They were like, but what about my gabagool? And that's actually what caused
the breaking.
the break.
Except all these references, Jasmine, you're making a lot of references to what might be the first age, because there's a lot of indicators that the world we live in is actually the first age. But we can talk about that another time. So the third age starts as this dark age, and the women who can do magic survive, but in this very fractured form. And of course, the people of the world are terrified of anyone who can do magic now, seeing what the men have done with the one power. And they start to turn on the women as well. And so the women, who are Aes Sedai, used to refer to both men and women, but now in the third age, Aes Sedai just refers to the women who do magic. The women adopt the three oaths, where they use a magical item to like physically sear these three oaths into their body so they could not break them. One, they promise never to lie.
Can't do it.
Two, they promise never to use the one power to harm other humans unless their own lives or the lives of their allies were endangered. And three, they promise never to use the one power to create a weapon. And every Aes Sedai, upon receiving the shawl, which is what they call the ceremony where they have like formally graduated to full Aes Sedai, takes these three oaths and cannot break them.
Not possible.
Not possible. And this,
it's kind of how I, in my own life, took the oath to live, laugh, and love.
Exactly. Those are the three oaths of the first age. These are the three oaths of the second age. And so like Aes Sedai are able to reestablish themselves as a presence in the world. They found a city, Tar Valon. They build the White Tower, which is still where the Aes Sedai's center of power is. And you can think of this basically as like the Vatican.
And Vatican City and the Vatican.
And they are run by the magic pope, who is called the Amerlin Seat. And she is like the tip-top, most powerful person in the world. But there aren't a ton of Aes Sedai. At the time of the books, there's only like 1,000. So they can't just like all out and out dominate the world. Instead, they kind of run things from the background. They pull strings. They manipulate from the shadows. But they are like the most powerful force in global politics. And by the time of the books, and also the period we're going to be playing our game in, Aes Sedai culture has fractured into 7 Ajas, which are groups that Aes Sedai have formed that have unified purposes. So, Mary Lou, would you quickly summarize the Ajas for us?
I'd be happy to. So first we've got the Blue Aja, and the Blue Aja is dedicated to causes and justice. So we like to think of them as like the politics Aja. Most kings and queens and leaders will have an Aes Sedai advisor, whether they admit it or not. And those people are usually blue. They're dedicated to justice, serving causes, and all that good stuff. Kind of the politicians. They've got lots of what they call eyes and ears, which are informants in every city that send them information. So they're tapped into current events, what's going on. Next, we have the green Aja, also known as the battle Aja. So they are all about being on the front lines, right? When there is a battle against the Dark One, against Trollocs, against, bad guys, the green Aja is going to be at the front line. And they have, really commonly have magical bodyguards called warders that are men with like a little bit special powers they get by becoming a warder. They're just extra strong, extra fast, extra, tough. And they are the only Aja that can have like multiple warders. And they love men. That's like a big part of being in the green Aja is literally you love men.
I just have like a harem of men following.
You have a harem of men. A lot.
I gotta say, I'm really resonating with like the green.
Okay, great. Loving that for you. Yeah, a lot of them marry their warders. A lot of them marry multiple warders. So
nice.
The green is sexy. Anyway, the yellow Aja is the healing Aja. So they are dedicated to healing as many people as possible, as well as like pushing the boundaries of healing, finding new techniques to heal both the average man and Is Sedai better, and all that good stuff. That's their thing, healing. They're like Doctors Without Borders of Is Sedai. Then there is the red Aja. The red Aja is all about control. So their mission is to hunt down men who can channel, who will inevitably go insane, hunt them down, capture them, take them into custody, and gentle them or remove their ability to channel so they will not go insane. So if the blue is the CIA, the red is the FBI. They are the feds. They're like the cops. They are out and looking for men who can channel. And the red and the blue do not get along. They kind of like have opposite ideas about everything. The red Aja hates men. They never take warders, those magical bodyguards. They hate men and all that jazz. They're tough cookies. Then we've got the white Aja, which is all about logic. They're the philosophers of the Is Sedai. Mathematicians, philosophers, writers, academics. They're all about pure logic and pragmatism, not emotion. The gray Aja is about mediation. So our two countries, about to go to war, the gray Aja will be there to help hammer out a peace treaty, right? Does your neighbor's tree go over your fence and drop pine cones on your land, and you want to murder their dog because of it? The gray Aja will help you keep the peace.
Probably not at that level of society.
No, but I'm trying to give an
there's probably some small town
to our audience.
There's some small town gray Aja.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. We don't see a lot of them in the books just because the books are taking place at the end of the world and not super concerned.
Not a lot of time for mediation. Maybe.
Not a lot of time for mediation or like territory disputes or like, marriage pacts and that kind of stuff with the gray Aja, but they're around. That's what they do. And then last but not least, we have the brown Aja, which are the librarians of the Is Sedai. They're dedicated to knowledge, gathering knowledge, new knowledge, old knowledge, knowing everything from the past, from the present, nature, literature, arcana, any sort of knowledge. They are dedicated to gathering it. So different from the white, which is like academics in the terms of like philosophy and math. Brown would be more like
everything else, really.
Everything else. So those are the 7 Ajas. And then there's also the black Aja, except there isn't because it doesn't exist.
True.
Got it.
Yeah, so let's just start. Let's start playing the dang game. Start filling out your sheets.
David makes a great point in the comments. David says Gray really should have been around more, but a lot of the stuff they would have done is taken up by the Blues for some reason. And yeah, the Blues kind of see themselves as the leaders, right? The last 3 Amerlin seats were blue, and something like around 70% of all Amerlin seats have been blue. So they kind of see themselves as like, the blossoms, as opposed to the bubbles or buttercup, or, did that make sense to everyone? Everybody get that reference? Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, Gray really could have been around more, but we never meet a named Gray character. I think we meet one.
We do, but later in the books, like they do like the negotiation with the sea folk and stuff, but we're not spoiling stuff in this, Mary Lou. We're not there are names, but we're not going to spoil stuff in here.
It's like the Bechdel test for Gray Aja.
Yeah,
it's just like, are there at least 2 Gray Aja characters who have a conversation about something, and they're both named?
Yes.
Yeah. You definitely don't see 2 of them in the same place. That's for sure.
Yeah. Fails the Gray.
Oh, okay. Test. Yeah, the one who goes to the sea folk, and then there's a dalliance. Yes, now I remember. Okay, we meet 1.
There are a few. But yes, let's continue. So, yeah, there are a few. Anora's Gray. People sticking up for the Gray Aja here in the
chat.
chat.
I'm always bringing them down.
You're always dragging them down. They're a dang Aja. They're a whole Aja.
They're a whole Aja, but they're gray. Give me a break.
Okay. So let's play. Let's start filling out the character sheet. And of course, there will be more that must be explained to Jasmine, who, again, for everyone who's new, Jasmine has not read The Wheel of Time. So, which is why we're being thorough. And also, in case people in the chat haven't read The Wheel of Time, I know Snooze Bones hasn't read The Wheel of Time. So, yeah, we're just trying to make this friendly to noobs. Let's start. Mary Lou.
Yeah.
I know your name.
Yeah.
But what is your Is Sedai name?
Trying to see if I can. Oh, that's worse. Okay, awesome. Cool. There we go. Oh man, I haven't thought of one. Okay, my name is
and I need to send these to you so that y'all can fill in your sheets.
I have mine.
Well, it's a new sheet.
Oh, well then
it doesn't matter. The game is the same. Okay. Jasmine, Mary Lou, would you mind sending it to Jasmine as well?
I will do that.
I don't have Jasmine's email address. But in the meantime, Mary Lou.
Yes.
My email address is jasmine@boner.gov.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's right. I knew that. My name is Jamail.
How do you spell that?
Jamail. Jimail.
Jamail. Lovely. I went to high school with a guy named Robert Jamail. So, Jamail Sedai.
Interesting. Inspired by Gmail, if that wasn't clear.
Oh, inspired by Gmail.
Because
Jamail
I am sending
Sedai.
Jasmine a Gmail.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. Gmail, and I will make your last name
Perfect.
Oh, love
.com. Yeah. Gmail.com.
Okay, and what Aja are you going to be this time, Mary Lou?
First I'm gonna ask, okay, what sounds like an Aja that you'd like to choose, Jasmine? Because I'm gonna choose something.
Oh, I was leaning towards green.
Great.
So,
great.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna be, you know what? This is gonna be tough for me. You know what Aja I'm gonna be? Gray.
Gray Aja.
I'm gonna be Gray Aja.
You're challenging yourself. You're playing roles that scare you. That's
and that's important. Sign of a really talented actor, right?
And now we're getting to the section called background, and this is where you pick what your Aes Sedai's life was before they went to the White Tower for Aes Sedai training, which they would have done as a relatively young girl, a young teen maybe, but this is mostly to help you with role playing, so you know like what your character's history is, And also, like, I might give you advantage if you're like, let's say you're a fisherman's daughter, and for whatever reason you have to catch a fish, then like your character might know how to do
Yeah.
that.
No, the first thing I'm planning on doing as soon as we start the game is asking if I can catch a fish.
So Gmail.com Sedai, what background do you have?
I was training to become, or I would have been, came from a family that was training to become a like a mail person. Traveling,
A
sending
traveling
messages
post
like a
person.
courier or like the
Yeah.
Pony
How do you
Express.
spell courier? Is that right? 2
I
R's?
believe so.
You were training to become a Pony Express.
To become a pony. Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. Oh,
training to
I
become a
see.
pony.
You helped people send, mail back and
Mail,
forth.
messages,
Yes.
very important private messages or packages or parcels.
Got it. Nice. Okay. Perfect. So this is the like bio info section. And Jasmine, let's do your character.
All right.
What is
Um,
your Is Sedai name? And
I mean,
we can help you make it Wheel of Timey if you like.
well, I was gonna say if we got Jamail, I kind of want my name to be first name Ayo, last name L.
AOL. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like a AO.
Sure.
AO.
Ayo.
L.
It
that's
feels
Asha.
very.
You weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put
that's
it on
Asha.
spot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Not the L.
AOL.
Asha.
I love
This
it.
feels
AOL.
vaguely like Celtic or something. Like,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of Celtic influence in the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
definitely.
Actually, the word Aes Sedai, not the word Aes Sedai. The word Aes Sedai comes from Aes
I
Sedai.
said I.
Aes Sedai comes from a Celtic word, probably, for these little like Celtic fairies.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Anyway, what Aja? You said green?
I think green. I want to
AOL is green.
beat some shit up. I want to, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I want to smash
So-
some things.
What is Ayo Sedai's background?
I think she farmer. First one. Look at that.
She's a
She's
farmer.
just a farmer. Yeah, she's
I
a.
like it.
I don't know. Are there potatoes in this universe?
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure. She was a potato farmer.
She's a
Potato
potato
farmer.
farmer.
Yeah.
Great.
Perfect. I love it. And Mary Lou,
Yeah.
in your head, where is Gmail.com Sedai from?
I think Jamail is Saldaean. I think she's Saldaean.
She's from Saldea. Nice. Borderlander.
From Saldea.
Cool.
Borderlands.
And Jasmine,
Mm-hmm.
where is Ayo Sedai from? And obviously, I know you don't know the nations in the Wheel of Time,
Yeah.
but what kind of vibe?
I think she's from like just whatever the Midwest is, like just
The Midwest.
Andor.
just, like-
She's from Andor. Okay.
I think of Andor as Britain, and I think of the Midwest as like the Britain of America. So I feel like Andor is right.
interesting take. Okay.
Okay, you're from Andor.
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we get into the one power. So Jasmine, I gave you a little bit of a breakdown on the one power. It's this like big cosmic energy that you bring into yourself and whatever releases elements. One thing about the way Aes Sedai work and the one power works is everyone kind of has an inborn maximum strength they can achieve, which is how much just raw power can you hold in your body at one time. And that pretty much doesn't change without the use of like a magical item that you can use to boost your strength temporarily. But in this game, you get to choose how many points of strength you want to give yourself. But know that however many points of strength you withhold from yourself, if you show restraint, each point that you don't give yourself is worth 2 points you could later use to give yourself advantages or extra attributes.
So you get 2 points per attribute for every 1 point of strength that you save.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'll let Mary Lou go first and fill this out so you can kind of see how it's done while you're
I'm
thinking
gonna
about it.
roll randomly.
Mary Lou's going to roll
So
randomly.
maximum, I get 6, and I will still have 1 point. So 2 points for extra attributes or for an advantage. So let's see how strong I am. That's a 5. I got a 5.
Strength. All right, pretty
strong.
strong. Okay, and now we're going to take Mary Lou's raw strength, Jamail Sedai's raw strength of 5 points, and she gets to divvy it out amongst the 5 elements because everyone is like stronger or weaker in certain elements.
Mhm.
So this is how we're going to approximate that. So Mary Lou, where are your 5 strength points going?
My 5 strength points are going. I am gonna do 3 in air.
Okay.
I'm doing 3 in air. I don't know why. I just feel it.
Yeah, you're an air girl.
I'm an air girl. 1 in water.
Okay.
And 1 in fire.
Perfect. So, Jasmine, while you're thinking about how to divvy up these points, the way this will play out is each dot in like air or water represents a d6 that gets added to your dice pool.
Okay.
This game is all about building pools of d6s.
Mhm.
So, Mary Lou, if she wanted to do something just with air, something elemental, like she wanted to make the winds pick up or make a little tornado, or she wants to bind someone in like ties of air and hold them up, she gets to roll 3 dice. And in this game, your success is just determined by your best single die. So if you roll 3 dice, one of them is a 5 and 2 of them are 3s, then you rolled a 5.
So it's like rolling with like triple advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 1, 2, or 3 is a fail. A 4 is a barely succeeded. You do accomplish what you wanted, but maybe not fully, or maybe there might be like some unintended consequence or something. It's kind of up to the
Maybe
GM.
it just wasn't graceful, but
Yeah, maybe you just embarrassed yourself, but you did do it.
Mhm.
5 is
Story of my life. That's
Yep. 5 is you did good. 6 is you did great.
Yeah.
And if you are rolling multiple dice and you roll 2 6s, that is a critical success. So if you're only rolling 1 die, you can't get a critical success. 2 6s is a critical success. However, if you roll 2 1s, well, that, Jasmine, is called the Dark One's Eyes. And that is a critical fail. And who knows what'll happen when you roll the Dark One's Eyes and draw Shaitan's attention down upon you. Hello, Wine Spring Cafe, and welcome.
Hi, Wine Spring Cafe.
And the thing about the Dark One's Eyes is, let's say you have 4 dots in something, and you roll 4 dice, and you get 2 6s, and you get 2 1s. Sorry, that's the Dark One's Eyes, and you still fail.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. The dark
and then
one,
the room in real life gets really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it feels like the sun kind of like dimmed for like a second or 2.
It's like blotted out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
bad.
or like when you stand up too quickly, and you just it kind of feels like that too. So that's what you know. But just because Mary Lou doesn't have any dots in Earth or Spirit doesn't mean she can't roll Earth or Spirit. Mary Lou could decide, I want to try to like, we're in a cave, we're fighting, and I want to try to channel Earth to make like that stalactite drop down on this guy's head. She could do it. She just rolls with disadvantage, meaning she rolls 2 dice and takes the lower value. So that is how it works. And stamina we'll talk about later. That's more of a gameplay stat. But Jasmine,
yeah,
how strong are you?
I want to be beefy. I want to smash shit.
Let's fucking
That's
go.
sort of my.
Yeah, you want to be a beefy girl.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
So
you
can I
roll,
just do max strength?
Okay, you can do max strength, but
no, but
you don't get any points for advantages.
Okay.
Just natively. So if you want like a warder, if you want these
a
magical men,
bodyguard, then you will need to save at least 1 point in strength.
I will save
you can
1
just be
point.
beefy.
You'll save 1 point.
I'll save 1 point because I kind of want to see what I can do with that.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We love to have
Perfect.
the
You're
magical bodyguards.
strong.
They're very fun.
They
Will be played by Sara or whoever is playing as,
Yeah.
the creator, Amerlin role. But it's a lot of fun to have a warder.
I'm gonna mix that up this time.
Ooh.
Well, no. I was gonna say like Mary Lou, you could be Jasmine's warder and she could be your warder. But if they go scouting or something, like you don't
I
know
think
what
it's
they
worked
find.
really well. If it
Okay.
ain't broke, don't fix.
I am the warders, so just so you know. You have
Yes.
6 dots here, Jasmine. Where are they going?
So as a potato farmer, I feel like I would be very in tune with the earth.
Yeah.
So I
agreed.
I'm thinking for earth, like
4
just to
Earth.
max
I
out
love
that
it.
earth. And also because
Yeah.
I think Jamail also doesn't have any earth, so
I don't
it's
have
like
any
a
earth
good
or spirit.
balance. Yeah, I don't know if I'd have any spirit either, though. Maybe we're just a spiritless group, you know.
We're spiritless.
Gotta stop by Spirit Halloween. I think let's do 2 fire.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. And now we start to talk about the weaves. So, Mary Lou,
Yes.
last time we played, I gave you 10 points to put in your weaves. This time, I'm gonna give you 7 points plus strength.
Ooh. Very interesting. 7 points plus strength. So for me, that is 12 points total. I am Gray Aja, which means I'm gonna do 3 points in healing because it was pretty disastrous when we didn't have any healing in the last.
Yeah. And an important note, Jasmine. So let's actually go through these weaves real quick. So a weave is basically Aes Sedai terminology for a spell because you weave elements together in a certain pattern to create certain effects. They're called weaves. Healing lets you heal damage, like physical damage to a body. Refresh lets you make people, you remove people's exhaustion. So they can they feel fresh, they can keep going forward, but their body is still tired. So they run the risk of hurting themselves by overworking their body. You cannot heal or refresh yourself. You can only heal or refresh other people. And refresh, you can only refresh a person once per day. Like you can only refresh, you could refresh Mary Lou once per day, and you could refresh, say, your warder once per day. And each person can only be refreshed once per day. And in this game, refresh helps you gain back stamina, which you can use to get extra dice for 1 power rolls.
Okay.
So that's what that does. Calls lightning from the sky, lightning bolt. Shielding is not like a physical shield. It is a magic shield, and you can throw a shield in between a man or a woman who can channel the 1 power and prevent them from making contact with the true source.
So it's not like shield in Dungeons and Dragons where you are protecting yourself from damage. You are stopping someone else from being able to channel.
You're interfering.
Yes, you're blocking
basically.
them.
Okay.
Warding lets you cast kind of a variety of magical sort of area protection spells. So they can either say prevent people from entering a certain room or prevent shadow spawn, creatures of the Dark One, from entering an area. They can also prevent people from hearing inside your tent or something. So you could do a wide variety of things like that. Basically, anytime you're setting aside an area and making it special and assigning some sort of special rule to it.
Protective spell.
Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
Never mind. Well, it's like a veil in Jujutsu Kaisen. Eavesdrop, I think we might actually delete because the more I'm rereading The Great Hunt again, and I don't think this is a classic thing every Aes Sedai can do. I think
it's a trick.
It's a trick. So you can't eavesdrop.
Okay, gone.
And Mirrors of Mist is illusion magic, visual illusions.
Make yourself look different, make somebody else look different. Yeah, any sort of illusions.
And for anyone watching who has read the books and is like, wait, what about X other weave? So we didn't include a couple weaves that are rediscovered or are discovered in the events of the books because we do want this game to be spoiler free.
Mhm.
That said, we left a couple blank slots. So if you did say, like, I want to add this weave that they find later in the books that I want to really play with, you could write it in here and give yourself points in it. You could make up weaves. This is, of course,
Right. If you want
a
to make
tabletop
up
role
your
playing game.
own spell, absolutely.
And
This is the spot for it.
these are like basically the weaves that we went as we have reread through the books, been like, these are the weaves people actually use. If you can think of any others that you think we missed that are important, that should be like a named weave on the document, please let us know. You can tweet at us at Spear Maidens because we don't want to look stupid. We want to get it right, and we want the game to be fun.
Yeah.
So let's get back to Jamail's dots.
Yes. So Jamail is taking 3 points in healing, 2 points in call lightning, 1 point in shielding, 2 points in warding, and 4 points in Mirrors of Mist. I freaking love
No
Mirrors
refresh.
of Mist. I always go super hard for Mirrors of Mist. No refresh.
Okay.
No
Sorry,
refresh.
Jasmine. Sorry, Jasmine.
I guess I'm gonna be all. What's the opposite of fresh? I'm gonna be wilted.
Very
You're gonna be
wilted.
Just
very
super
wilted.
Yeah.
Like the bag of spinach that I buy
It's
2
just like
weeks
Alright.
yeah,
after
like
I
a
get to use it.
slimy at the bottom, and like
Yeah.
you're like,
That's
oh,
you.
it's liquid.
Last play test, I didn't take any points in healing, and it ended up being kind of disastrous. And so I learned from that, right? Like a good player wants to take points in healing so that you can help out your fellow, your fellow Is Sedai. So I kind of want to do a similar experiment this time. Take absolutely no points in refresh and see if it's as disastrous.
Perfect. And Ayo Sedai, AOL, how are you feeling about your weaves? Where do you want to put these points? And you have 13 points here.
Okay. Let's do 2 healing. Let's get some refresh in here. Let's do 3 refresh.
3 refresh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll do 3 call lightning also.
Okay.
God, I can't count. Let's 2 warding. How much do I have left?
You have 3 more points.
3. Let me do 1 in each for the rest of them. Or actually, I can't do eavesdrop, so let's do 2 shielding.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. Great. So now we move on to attributes. These are your like D&D proficiencies. These are basically the skill rolls you do for anything not involving magic. So they're broken into 3 categories: your studies, your schemes, and your skills. These are kind of 3 things that allow Aes Sedai to be so powerful, because Aes Sedai are incredibly powerful channelers, frequently incredibly skilled with magic, but there are Aes Sedai who aren't. There are Aes Sedai who instead are able to be incredibly powerful in the world and incredibly effective in the world because of their mastery over these other elements of what it means to be a good Aes Sedai. It's not all flashy magic. So you basically have 3 pools. You get an 8-point pool, a 6-point pool, and a 4-point pool. And you get to pick which category you're going to assign those pools to. So we'll start with Mary Lou, Jamail Sedai. Where are your 8 points going, Jamail Sedai?
My 8 points are going in schemes. Hundo P. Gmail is all about schemes.
Oh, she's a schemer.
I'm a schemer. And because I am great Aja, I get an automatic point in manipulate.
True.
So I'm taking my extra point in manipulate. I'm spending 8 points, and I'm going to go all the way in manipulate. So 3 to manipulate. I get 5 left. I'm going to do 3 to insight, and then 1 eyes and ears and 1 command.
Okay, perfect. And this also brings us to the discussion of resistances. So Jasmine, you see how there's the first dot in each row is set aside on its own?
Mhm.
If you look in a box, so for schemes, there is this whole thing, this column here now that is the column of the first dots.
Mhm.
And this represents your resistance roll. So let's say Mary Lou didn't have any points in command. Her
Mhm.
scheme's resistance would be 3.
Mhm.
As it stands, it's 4. So when she's rolling a schemes related resistance, she gets to roll 4 dice. And that comes
So if
into
someone
play.
is trying to manipulate me and I'm trying to manipulate them back and we have to do like a
roll
check.
off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a roll off, I get to roll 4 dice.
Okay.
So for PvP or for other things, there are some characters who you might have a roll off with.
Mhm.
There are also other things that might happen to you. So
Mhm. It's like a saving throw.
it's a
type
saving throw.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get it. You get it.
Yeah.
We can
You
stop.
get it, you
So
get it.
schemes is for like being manipulated and commanded by others. Studies helps you resist damage to your serenity, which we'll talk about later. And skills is your resistance against like physical harm, poison, things like that. Great. So where are your 6 points going, Mary Lou?
My 6 points are going to go to studies, I think.
Okay.
And I'm going to take 1 in each. So that's 4 points right off the bat. And then I'm going to take 1 in history and 1 in reason.
Perfect.
Jamail just
Okay.
feels like a well-rounded kind of gal.
Yeah. Probably a good time, Jasmine, to let you know what each of these things actually are.
Mhm.
History is a history roll, just like D&D, how well you know the actual history of the world. Reason helps you solve puzzles, helps you piece together like, okay, well, like what I want to do is I want to get all the timesheets where they keep track of like when every maid and butler was working in the manor, and I want to see if Jamail can figure out like who should have been here that night, who wasn't, or something like
Mhm. Mhm.
that. Nature is how well you know nature, trees, animals, that sort of thing, and the power is arcana, how well you know
Mhm.
things that have to do with the one power. Command, you tell someone to do something, they know you're telling them to do it.
Mhm.
Do they do it?
Mm-hmm.
Manipulate, you want someone to do something. You don't want them to know. You want them to do it.
Yeah.
Do they do it? Eyes and ears is the rumor mill. Every Aja has a network of eyes and ears who are non-Aes Sedai, who like are always sending in news about what's happening in the world, rumors they hear. This
Mhm.
lord is dating this lady or whatever. Um, Insight is the D&D skill. Is this person lying to me? Do they seem
Yeah.
scared? Combat is non-magical physical combat. Stealth is stealth. Survival is survival. The only difference between survival here and survival in D&D is this also includes like urban environment survival. So if your
Mm.
character grew up in a city, then you could do a survival roll to see if they could like slink through an alleyway and like steal someone's purse or whatever their background
Yeah.
is. And athletics is athletics. So, Mary Lou, 4 points.
4 points in skills. Honestly, I think Jamail. I can't help it. My biases are showing, right? She's great, Asha. So I'm like, I don't care. She's boring. She's well rounded. Yeah, got a point in each.
Wow, she's
Got a
like the
point in
most
each.
resistant person though. I like it.
She is incredibly resistant.
She is like stalwart.
Yeah.
Very, very
Immovable.
sturdy.
A wall.
That's
Um,
Jamail.
Mhm.
so green Aja, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna let you pick Jasmine. So green Aja, we have been giving a bonus point to combat. They're the battle Aja.
Mhm.
If you prefer, I'll let you take that point instead for a warder.
Oh. In addition to wait, do I already get
You have
a
so green
warder?
Aja. Each Aja gets like a certain bonus point. So like blue
Yeah.
Aja gets a bonus point in eyes and ears. Red Aja gets a bonus point in command. Green
Uh-huh.
Aja, you get to have this point, and I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to put it in combat, or do you want to use it to make your warder better?
I guess I'll let's do combat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so Jasmine, 8 points. Where are they going to go?
Definitely skills.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna max out combat.
Nice.
Love it.
And then okay, so let's do. Oh my god, I cannot do math once
You have
again.
5 more points.
You get
I have 5
points.
more points. I'm gonna do 3 in athletics, and then 1 each.
Okay.
For the other 2.
Nice.
Yes.
6 points.
6 points.
I'm starting to think we should do 7, 5, 3, so you
Like a
can't have
haiku.
full.
So you can't have full resistance. I think you
Yeah.
might be right, Sarah.
Yeah,
but
that's
not for
okay.
this one. Don't worry,
Not for this
Jasmine.
one.
Keep doing.
6
No,
points.
I don't care. Either whatever is fine. I like kind of like unbalanced characters anyway. So, yeah, let's do studies for 6 points.
Okay.
I think Ayo would know a lot about nature. So let's do.
She's a
3
farmer.
nature. She is a farmer.
You want to do full?
No, let's do 3, and then what? Wait, no, 2. No, 3. Wait.
You want to do
3.
well-rounded again?
I actually don't want to be well-rounded. Let's
Okay.
do. Let's do a lot about. Let's do 3 for the power, and then 2 reason.
This is all your points here. You only get 6
That's
points.
Oh,
all
never
your
mind.
points. You get
Never
6.
mind. That's fine. Let's just keep it.
Perfect. And 4 points.
Let's do 3 command and 1 insight.
Ooh, baby. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Ayo would also have made a fantastic red.
Yeah.
But
she likes men too much.
She loves men.
So I'm gonna pull an audible on y'all. I
Okay.
told you before, every point you don't take in strength is worth 2 points. Bonus.
Yes.
I changed my mind. Because we're now letting strength also give you bonus on weaves,
Yeah.
I think it's valuable. So I'm gonna give you 3 points per strength dot you don't have to use in
Ooh.
attributes and advantages.
Mm.
So, Mary Lou, what are you thinking? And Jasmine, for a summary, you could either just put your bonus points. So, Mary Lou, you have 5 strength. You have 2 empty dots, which means you have 6 bonus points in your pool.
Oh, man.
So, Mary Lou could put all 6 dots in her attributes and just make her character like super beefy. She could have also advantages. So, oh, Caitlin, don't worry. So, Caitlin asks, what is the line separating the attributes? Sorry if this was covered already. Had to feed her baby. And
Congratulations on baby.
Congratulations on baby. I'm glad baby is fed. That's important.
Yeah, huge win for baby.
I'm going to make a controversial statement here. I think your baby is a little bit more important than our game, and I'm willing to accept that. It's arguable.
Sarah, we will talk about this later.
It's arguable. I know. So the column separating the first dot just signifies that when you're doing a resistance roll, you look at the column of first dots in a given category. So if I'm doing a skills resistance roll, then I look at how many of this first column I have. So it's kind of a measure of how well-rounded is your Is Sedai. So Mary Lou here has 4 dots in skills resistance. There are no stupid questions. This is a brand new game that we made up, and very good chance it doesn't make sense. So ask any questions you have.
Not only did we make it up, we are making it up right now.
Yeah.
We are in the process of making it up.
This is the making it up.
This is the making it up. I should note though, this specific mechanic we did get from John Harper's Forged in the Dark system.
Yes.
Which is why it seems like a cool, creative, and fun mechanic. It's because John Harper came up with it.
Love that
but
guy.
We're using it a little differently than he did, but this is how we have decided to apply it. So,
speaking of making it up,
I'm going to give a rundown on what kind of advantages you could pick for Jasmine.
Okay, great. That's a good idea. Give me more time to think.
Advantages is where you put anything else. And for people who have read the books, this is where you could put things for your Is Sedai, like if they have a talent. If your Is Sedai is a dreamer, that would be an advantage. If they have the foretelling, if they can see Taviran, any talent you know from the books would go here. This is also where you put tricks, like if your Is Sedai is a wilder, if your Is Sedai is, say, Moiraine and can use her little blue stone eavesdropping trick, you would put it here. So you'd put like trick and then say what your trick is. So this is your chance to be a little bit more creative. Um, and Jasmine, some context on that. Wilders are women who can channel, who basically like they're so kind of naturally strong that they start channeling before anyone finds them and brings them to the the white tower. So they start like learning on their own, and a lot of times they develop their own like idiosyncratic tricks with the one power that no one else can do. But they're frequently like kind of juvenile because they're kids when they're coming up with them. So a lot of times it'll be like eavesdropping. If your character grew up in a noble house and had to do a lot of listening to gossip, she might develop a trick with eavesdropping. Or if your character is kind of a manipulative bully, they might develop a trick that allows them to like force people to do what she tells them to an extent. And that extent is determined by how many dots you put in it. So this is also where your warder goes. If you have a warder, which is a magical man who's bonded to you, who is like superhumanly strong and fast and stealthy, and serves basically as your bodyguard and like will scout for you and do stuff like that. Your warder goes here, and because you're green, you could have more than one warder, Jasmine.
You're the only Asha that can have more than one. Advantages is where you would also put an Angreal or a Terangreal, for those of you who've read the books. An Angreal is essentially a small magical item that allows you to channel more of the one power than you naturally can. So both of us are pretty strong. I have 5 points in strength and you have 6 points in strength. So we can already channel a lot, but you can get Angreals of different strength and, diversity. But that's where you would put them under advantages.
Yeah. And like last Sunday, we were playing with Vic, and Vic hasn't read the books either, but she said, like, I want a Terangreal, and I want it to basically like let me know when shadow spawn, like creatures of the Dark One, are around. And so she had an Terangreal. She decided it looked like a mini little like caution floor is wet cone that glowed orange when shadow spawn were around.
Yeah. So you can either have Angreal that allow you to channel more of the one power.
You can't have Angreal for this game, but if you
right, I forgot we decided that.
Found an Angreal, if I award you one as a GM for a quest, then it would go here.
A Terangreal is a very similar kind of magic item, but it does a special purpose. Like if you hold it and you channel into it, it makes you fall asleep. Or if I can't think of any other ones.
That's fine. So you could also make up a function here. Like there's a bunch
make
of
it
up. So Mary Lou, Gmail.com Sedai.
Gmail.com has...
You have 6 points in your bonus pool. Where are you going to put them?
Okay. This is speaking of the making it up. I am putting the making it up to test right now. Okay. I want a Terangreal that allows me to sort of send messages to someone, maybe like Magic Mouth in D&D, where is that what it's called, that spell?
Are you thinking, would it function like walkie-talkies? Like, would someone else have to have the other Terangreal?
No. They would simply hear it. So I would speak, and only the person who I want to hear it would hear it.
I see.
Being inspired by Gmail. She's sending messages. She's sending words.
It reminds me, because I was just reading a list of Terangreal, it reminds me of the Blue Woman Terangreal, which allows you to send messages over great distances. And for the purposes of this game, let's say that's how it functions. You can whisper into it, and a person of your choosing can hear the message.
Amazing. Amazing.
How many dots are you going to put in this?
3.
I like a bluer woman. It's like an even more powerful.
Well, yeah, mine's not actually a blue woman. It's it's weird. It looks like it's made of glass, but it's much harder. It's flat. And its colors are
An
blue,
iPhone.
red, yellow, and green. And it's got a little triangle on the
Oh,
top
oh, I
it
see.
was had been
see.
folded down.
Interesting, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, what would we call that? We would call that the
A primary, like an envelope in primary colors.
yeah, we'll call it the glass envelope.
The glass envelope.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. And that will allow you to whisper messages to people across distances.
Mhm.
And we'll see if that becomes OP. I reserve the right as GM to make up rules for that as we go.
Absolutely.
For now, I'll say you can do it. I would say, okay, here's how we'll do it. Based on how successful your role is,
Mhm.
things might go haywire. Like a failed roll the message might go to someone else.
Oh shit.
Or someone unknown. A partial success might successfully whisper into someone's ear, but it might be just loud enough for someone who's close by to hear as well.
Okay.
So we'll see how it plays out.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I am going to leave my 3 points. Actually, well, knowing that, no, leaving it as 3. I don't want it to be too OP. I don't want to give it 4 dots.
You can give it 4 dots.
Huh?
You can give it 4 dots. It won't be too OP. I won't let it be too OP.
Okay, then I'm going to give it 4 dots because that's Gmail, baby. Okay, and then my other 2 points are going to go in eyes and ears.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right.
And,
yeah. Something with Gmail is always watching and listening
always watching,
and
but
monitoring people.
always talking, always communicating.
Yeah.
All about the flow of information. Let it flow.
Good. I like it. Okay. Ayo Sedai.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 points to spend here. Where are you going to put them?
So this is where I would have a warder, right?
You could have a warder.
Yes.
Can
What is your warder's name?
Ward.
Ward the warder. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many points in Ward's name? In Ward, you're gonna go.
Just give him all 3.
Okay.
I trust my man
Ward.
Ward.
Ward's a good warder. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Perfect. So just a couple more things to go through, and then we can get playing. This is your Serenity bar. An Is Sedai is supposed to be serene at all times, unflappable, showing no emotion, never panicking. And of course, Is Sedai are also just normal humans who happen to be able to do magic. So they're not actually like superhumanly resistant to panicking or anything for the most part. So this is how you keep track of that. If you do things that are un-Is Sedai-ly, like let's say you try to lie, you try to break the 3 oaths, and I catch you, or chat catches you on time, we'll say, nuh-uh, you can't say that lie.
That does not happen.
That doesn't happen, but because you tried, that means you were freaking out, so you get a point of panic. Let's say you encounter a particular kind of monster called a Murdral, who have this special ability where if you are like close to a Murdral, if they look at you, they can fill you with paralyzing fear. And you do a resistance roll and you fail that resistance check, then you might take a point of panic. And if you get too high, you start losing dice in your pool. So if you're up here, this is -1 dice in your pool for every roll you do while you're in this. If you panic too much, you lose 2 dice for every roll. Yep. On the other hand, let's say you tell a really clever lie. Let's say you do something really funny or in character, or you do something really impressive, or you have a critical success on a resistance roll against a merge roll or something like that, then you can get awarded points in the other direction towards calm.
not a clever lie, but a clever truth.
Sorry,
right?
a clever
So,
truth.
if you want to say something, you want someone to understand something that you did not literally say,
Mhm,
right?
Right.
If instead of saying, help, I'm a helpless maiden, someone's chasing me, you can say, oh no, it appears I'm being chased.
Exactly.
A hero would come and save me.
mhm,
Right? That is not literally false. It's not a lie, but someone would understand it
Yeah.
as
Okay.
if I told a lie. That's
yeah.
a clever truth.
And this
Mhm.
also works like D&D inspiration. So if you just do something and I like it, I'll be like, whatever, point of calm.
Yeah.
And if you get far enough on calm, you get an extra dice in every pool.
Mhm.
The next thing to discuss is stamina. So when you are doing a magic roll, let's say you roll fire, you have your 2 dice, and you fail.
Mhm.
Both are fails. Then you can burn a point of stamina to re-roll one of those die, or you could burn up to 2 to re-roll both of those die.
Mm.
And your stamina gets reset. And this is one of those things we're playing with, but for now, we'll say your stamina gets totally reset every long rest. But once you have filled your stamina bar, you've burned all your stamina points, you cannot channel
Mm.
Cannot channel.
for the rest
Unless
of your day. Unless you had a teammate who knew refresh,
But I don't.
but you don't.
but you don't.
I simply do not.
You
Yeah.
simply don't.
Great. So she could still try to refresh you. She just would do it with
I just would
disadvantage.
have disadvantage.
Cool. Any last question. How does harm work?
Harm.
I forgot to add this text box in again because I am a freaking idiot. But
No, don't say that.
this is not an HP system. This is a
Mm.
harm level system.
Mm.
So there are 4 tiers of harm. So let's say you break a finger. I would consider that a lesser harm for an Aes Sedai. Let's say fingy. That's here. And you can take 2 lesser harms with no consequence.
Okay.
But then if you have 2 lesser harms, these are both filled up, and you get a 3rd lesser harm, well, that jumps up into moderate territory. So you broke 3 fingies 3 separate times. Now you're in moderate territory. Now you get -1 die in your pool every roll. And that also could happen even if you have no lesser harms, if you just take a straight up moderate injury, like
Yeah.
broken hand. Might go up there. Severe might be more something like
3 broken
Stab.
hands.
broke both legs or something.
Mhm.
Stabbed. You got stabbed.
You got stabbed in the tummy. But you got the old thrum in the tum there. That's -2 dice. And anything above that, you're incapacitated and you can't act until you're healed. So how does healing work? Basically, when someone is trying to heal you, so let's say Mary Lou has 2 dots in healing,
Mhm.
and let's say this is where you are. You got you broke both legs. You done got stabbed. You got a broken hand. And Mary Lou's like, I'm going to heal you. I have 2 dice. And let's say she gets 2 successes.
Mm.
Each success on a healing roll just pushes everything down a row. So
Okay.
if she got 2 successes, broken hand, out of there, and you're basically at a lesser harm now.
Mm.
So that's how that works. Any questions before we just jump right into it? Chat, any questions before we just jump right into it?
Chat?
Very stupid, but I actually thought of instead of Ward, can his name be Ed?
Yes.
And his name's Ed
Ed
Warder.
Warder?
Yeah.
Ed Warder.
Yeah, his name's Ed Warder.
I'm team Ed Warder.
Yeah.
I love him.
Great. And
Love Ed.
Jasmine, did you fill out your own sheet?
I did not.
That's okay.
Let me,
Jasmine, could you send me your email address in the private chat on StreamYard?
Yes.
I did email both of you on my last one, so you should be able to respond.
Oh, perfect.
To that.
Okay.
I'm going to send Jasmine. I'm going to send you your character sheet right quick, and then we will jump into the play. And very exciting news, everybody who is watching. Last Sunday, we did a 1 session. So we've done 2 of these play tests, one with Creator XD and one with Vic. And both of those were basically like character creation followed by 30 minutes of play just to see how it felt. Well, we're doing a 2-parter play session today. So we're going to play for the next 40 minutes. We're going to end at 6 o'clock today. And then we're playing again at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6. So this will be like an actual little story. This is like a full-on one-shot.
We got an arc. This is a
You're going to get an arc.
Yeah.
You're going to
We're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
And wow, it's going to be so fun. And I'm so excited. Okay, Jasmine. So let me know when you get your character sheet. Because I will no longer be displaying your character sheets. I will be displaying the Wheel of Time map.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, got it.
Awesome. Oh, I'm just so excited. Thank you so much for playing with us, Jasmine.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, thank you guys for having me.
This is going to be so fun.
Okay. So let me bust out this map right quick, baby. Here we are. Okay, and I'm going to turn off this banner down here. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. It's been on for an hour and 20 minutes.
the news cycle has moved on.
The news cycle has moved on. Now it's 3 hottiest played Dice Sedai. Millions presumed dead. Spreads quick. So this is a map of the Westlands. The map calls it. It's Randland.
It's this Randland, baby.
The world of the Wheel of Time. And Winespring Cafe. Winespring Cafe is ready to see the gameplay, and so are we. So in the high upper cloud-covered peaks of Dragonmount, Jasmine, a wind stirs. And that wind blows down through the woods. It blows down over the city of Tarvalon with its seashell-shaped, gleaming white buildings carved by Ogier stonemasons thousands of years ago. And it sweeps across the grasslands between Tarvalon and Carrion, down into Erangil, and across into Camelin, where we find 2 Is Sedai named Gmail.com Sedai and AOL Sedai have just left an inn where they had received a message from none other than the Amerlin seat. Now, the 2 of you had been in Camelin. You had been sent to help advise the Queen of Andor, Malaya of Andor, and you had accomplished your feat. You're very well respected, Is Sedai. You helped stop war between Andor and Merendi, and now you have received another mission, and I'm sure you're tired and you just want to go home to Tarvalon. But you're the closest duo, and the Amerlin calls, and of course you don't tell the Amerlin no. And the Amerlin has said there has been tale of what might be a Terangrial or an Angrial. Something has surfaced. Something has surfaced in the rural parts of Andor, Western Andor, and she wants you to go track it down for her. You're home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And specifically, it has surfaced in Whitebridge. So she wants y'all to make the trip from Camelin to Whitebridge to find this item. And the only description is that it's some sort of maybe like a black rod. It's just turned up, and she wants you to find it because it's dangerous to leave Terangrial or Angrial or whatever magical item out in the world where anyone might get it.
Yeah. We got to take that into the tower.
Yeah. Or a cow might find it, chew it up.
Cow might find it, chew it up. And that would be bad. Who knows what would happen to that cow? No one knows what happens when a cow eats a Terangrial.
Yeah. Probably a lot of indigestion.
Oh, I know what happens. You grow up on the farm, you see that kind of thing all the time. Yeah.
So the two of you,
Mhm.
Jamail Sedai and Ayo Sedai, and of course Ed the warder, have just left an inn called. This inn is called the let's say the Sea Folks Song, and
Oh, that's nice.
you are on your way out of Camelin, and I want to know: is there anything you want to do in town before you leave?
Yes.
Jasmine, did you want to try to catch a fish or?
Oh yeah, Ed. Where's my fishing rod?
Oh, he's not only your bodyguard;
he-
he's also like your manservant.
What's
That's
Ed?
what
What's
I
Ed like,
assumed.
Jasmine?
I assumed that was
I will play
point.
Ed, but you get to tell me, like, what is Ed's characterization? What's he like?
Ed, he is just a small nervous guy.
A small nervous warder. Okay.
Yeah, but he's like, I guess this is my job.
Oh God, I didn't pack your fishing rod. I didn't think you would need it in the city.
What?
I didn't
Yeah, there's
need it in the
fish
city.
everywhere. There's all kinds of fish, you know?
Okay,
There's
okay,
I'm
fine.
gonna go fishing for juicy gossip. I would like to roll eyes and ears
Okay.
to see if any of my people have like heard something from the West about any like weird happenings, right? Or anything just like going on to the West.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Mary Lou, you have 3 dots and eyes and ears. So give me 3 dice.
I got 2 successes and a fail, and one of them was a 6.
All
So
right.
I got a 6.
A 6. A 6 is a total success.
Total
Not
success.
a critical, but it's a total success.
That's right,
So,
baby.
And with eyes and ears specifically, what that means is the more successful you roll, kind of the more accurate and complete the information you can receive. So if Mary Lou had gotten a critical here, I might tell her something I had no intention of letting her know this early. But with a 6, a total success, I will give her accurate information, as much as her person might know it. So, Mary Lou of the Gray Aja, you have a contact in Whitebridge. Of course, you have more
Yes.
than one. And there are rumors. She has heard rumors of an item, a black rod or something like that. She keeps her eyes and ears open for this kind of news specifically. But she really doesn't know much else about it. She knows, she just like heard people talking about it, maybe out further west. But
do they know like how it was found?
Yeah,
like dug up
I
from
can
the
tell you that.
ground, or like
Yes. So essentially, there was a big storm, and it like a huge storm swept through the area, and there was in fact a tornado, and it kind of tore up a lot of the earth in the area, and it was just kind of there, and what had been a farmer's field, and when they were like going out through to see how their crops had survived the storm, they found this thing just sticking out of the ground.
okay.
That's the story, at least. But your eyes and ears have not seen it.
Have my eyes and ears like heard of anything not related to the rod? Just like something weird that's happened in the West? Anything strange?
Anything spicy?
Anything spicy? Anything a little juicy? I think Jamail loves
that's a different
gossip.
question, so I'll let you do another eyes and ears roll to see what they know.
Yeah, anything just like weird and like juicy and spicy. And that's 3 failures. So
was it a critical fail?
No.
Okay.
No, I got a 1, 2, and a 3.
Okay. No, they haven't heard anything.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. Do better next time. Give me something good, right?
Yeah.
To write home about.
Yeah. I mean, you're not actually talking to your eyes and ears. These are just sort of, what news has been brought in by bird.
Right, because I was just thinking that in my head. Give me something good next time.
Yeah. Great. And so in the time that you have gone to check, Ed the warder has been able to go out and buy a fishing rod for you, Ayo Sedai, if you would like to use it.
Oh, Ed, thank you. All right, yes. Let's. I
love that. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it's time to fish.
Yeah. All right. Ed, where is the closest body of water?
There's like a there's let me lock in my Ed voice here. Yeah, there's like a I guess there's like a pond and like, there's a pond.
Yeah, pond. Let's go. Let's
It's
pond.
outside the
Pond it.
walls. It's not that far. I can take you there.
Is that on the way where we're going?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, but I want you to roll for Ed for me. I want to see does Ed
Ooh.
actually know where this pond is?
All right, so I'm going to. He has 3 dice. So I'm going to roll 3d6.
That's right.
3d6.
Okay. Why can I not find another d6? There we go. And my desk is such a mess. I'm gonna have to roll it on this tray instead, but that's fine.
That's okay.
No space on my desk. We got a 6, a 1, and a 4. So
okay, that's a 6. That's a total success.
Yeah.
Ed knows where this dang pond is,
Let's
he takes you right there. So, are you okay with leaving the city as well, Jamel Sedai?
I feel fine about it. I don't love hanging out in the country, right? But yeah, no, this is fun for you, and so I'm happy for you.
Okay, well, you okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think this is really cute.
I feel like you're being a little patronizing, but you know what? That's I guess sometimes
I am really not trying to be patronizing, and I cannot tell a lie.
Well, I guess some graves are just like that. And then
I'm just really happy for you. I'm just really happy for you, and I think that's really fun. And honestly, I want to watch.
Yeah, and so Jasmine, this is just a quirk of Aes Sedai society that we're not going to enforce in the game, but in the books, in the world of the Wheel of Time, Aes Sedai can sense each other's strength. Like, you can't help it. When you're near another woman who can channel, you just know how strong they are. So Aes Sedai immediately know if the person they're talking to is stronger than they are. And this creates a very strict and ingrained social hierarchy where you are expected to show deference to anyone stronger than you.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a meritocracy. Hierarchy is purely established by just brute magical strength. So you're stronger than Jamel Sedai. So I'm just letting you know this function. But because it would make really hard role play between players, we're not actually going to enforce that one has to be subservient to the other.
Yeah.
Right. It's just any sort of cultural rule where you can choose to ignore it, but it's definitely
I gotcha.
Yeah. So let's go fishing though. You find a
pond.
pond.
No, it's it's fishing time. We just got done with this other job. We need to fish, right? If I don't have a fish in my hands by the end of this evening, I'm going to scream.
So let me let me drag you down here. Nope, I just swapped you. Okay. Ooh, I can do this. Okay, that makes more sense to me.
I have heard of this really fun new dish in Malkir. Not Malkir. Where's
Malkir is still around. This is hundreds of years before the events of the book.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, in Malkir, called snooshi, which is raw fish with rice and vegetables.
Malkir. Malkir does sound like the place for that dish,
right? I was thinking of it.
So Jasmine,
wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah.
Ed leads Ayo Sedai and Jamel Sedai out of Camelin. You pass through the kind of totally orderless, busy cobblestone streets of this huge city, and they're clattering with people and marketplaces and hawkers calling their wares and merchants driving their trains of carts through the streets. And he guides you past the walls. He tips a little silver to the guy at the gate because he knows him and he likes to grease the wheels that way for you. And out of the city a little ways, just an hour's walk by horse, you come across a very lovely little pond. It's crystal clear water, these beautiful willow trees just kind of leaning over it. It's not very big, but but you see some fish in there. So give me a survival roll. I want to see.
Ooh.
And for reference to Jasmine and people watching, I might play this game a little weird as a GM because this is a playtest. So I might like force situations that feel unnatural if we're like have a particular mechanic that we want to see in action, for example. So just be aware that if like weird things happen in this game, that's part of the play testing.
We don't have the time.
I rolled a 4 for fish, by the way.
Okay, 4. That's a success. You catch a little fish.
Hey,
You catch a little fish.
look at this guy.
Yay!
Yes. Oh my god! And you said just like raw, right? I just put the
I don't
living
think,
fish.
Okay.
Is
it good?
Not
Okay.
not particularly. Do you
Are
want?
you eating a raw fish right now?
I don't. Thank you.
Okay. You were the one who brought it up. I was just, okay.
I don't. Maybe I heard wrong. Maybe there's some other steps to it. I feel like probably what isn't just like eating a fish like from a pond, but like who knows, right?
Yeah. That was a little harsh going down, but you know, I can see the appeal.
Did you swallow it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how eating works.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Definitely.
Did you eat the whole fish?
Yeah.
And just this is gonna be one of those play testing moments. Jasmine, give me a skills resistance roll.
Ooh, oh boy, that's 4d6, right?
46.
Yeah.
Because, yep.
Because I'm skilled. The highest one is a 5.
Okay.
Yes, I got a 3, 2, 4, and a 5.
Okay, you feel fine.
Cool. Yeah.
That's good.
I've eaten plenty of live animals. You know, it happens.
Live animals?
Yeah. It's a it's sometimes you just get hungry. I need a lot of protein. You know, like we do a lot of combat as green folks. We need to get as much protein as we can.
That's I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I could never do what you do in the Green Asha. You guys are really something special.
Yes.
And while you're having this conversation at the lake, actually, let's have you roll. Ooh, we don't have a perception stat in this game.
No, we only have insight.
We only have insight. Ooh, that seems like an oversight.
Okay, that's why we play test.
Yeah.
That's why we play test, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's why I'm here, guys. Look at me. I just blew this whole shit wide open.
Blew this whole thing wide open.
Yeah.
Could we roll strength or
I'm gonna have you roll for perception. I'm gonna have you do, just for the purposes of this game, survival.
Okay. 4.
And that is a failure.
Okay. And Jasmine, I'll let you roll for Ed as well.
Oh. So Ed
just has 3 dots for everything he does.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fuck yeah, Ed. 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So you notice, Ayo Sedai, that like you're fishing, you're having a good time. Jamail's maybe being kind of a bitch to you. And
what the fuck are you talking about?
You feel in your head, because this is how the water bond works. He's not just your bodyguard. You are magically linked, like psychologically. You can sense his emotions and you can feel where he is at every time. Like you could just point to him. And you get a sense from Ed of just like alarm. And that makes you pay attention. And what you hear is some people calling for help. And it seems like a little ways beyond the trees on the other side of the pond.
I don't hear anything.
Ed, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it sounds like people calling for help. I mean, I guess we should go help them. I don't really know.
I don't hear anything.
Well, let's go over there, see if there is something that we can do.
But I haven't had my snooshie yet.
I offered you. Listen, I offered you the fish. You said no. I don't know what you
did it right. Ugh, fine,
okay. Well, okay.
Okay.
There we go.
You're gonna go over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. And you're just gonna walk over there all normal like?
I don't have a weapon. I guess I'm just like
I will let you have a weapon. You have 4
Okay.
points in combat, so you might have a weapon.
Okay. I have a big sword.
You have a sword?
Sure.
I mean, Ed definitely has a sword.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you have a sword too?
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
I
I'm
with
gonna
a
be
sword.
sneaky. I'm gonna roll a roll of stealth. I want to just like peek. I just want to peek first.
Okay. Roll stealth.
To
What'd
see
you
if
get?
maybe the people asking for help are ugly.
Yeah.
Then I don't know if I want to help them.
What is your stealth roll? What'd you get?
5.
5. Pretty good. Yeah. So you like successfully sneak through there and take a little peek, and basically what you see is a pretty plain looking wagon, and one of the wheels has broken, and it looks like you can't tell exactly what happened. Like a wheel is broken. The wagon driver looks like he's like on the ground, and there's a woman crouched over him, like trying to patch him up, yelling for help.
Does it look like he's really hurt?
He's on the ground.
He's on the ground. Okay. How cute are they?
They are both total smoke shows.
Oh my god. Okay, we have to help them. Hurry! Hurry!
Okay, Ed, hurry.
I'm gonna run up. Oh my god, are you okay? Can we help you?
Yeah, yes, please. I don't know what happened. Something just ran in front of us. It was like I didn't even get a good look at it. It was maybe a wolf. It was a big dog. I'm not sure. And it spooked the horses, and they reared up. And then Jerome here barely got control of the wagon, but the horses knocked him off the front seat. And
oh my god, Jerome!
Okay.
Oh, such a beautiful face.
Do you need us to kill these horses for you?
What?
No. Ayo, I don't think they want their horses to die. I think they just.
I cautiously put my sword back in its holster.
Okay,
that's not the sword word. Whatever.
I want to try healing. I want to try healing Jerome.
Okay. Yeah.
Fuck! I keep dropping this one. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Dark One's eyes. Oh, baby.
So that's 3 failures, including the Dark One's eyes.
2 ones. 2 ones is a critical fail. That is the Dark One's eyes. That means you have drawn the attention of Shaitan upon poor Jerome.
Oh my god! No, Jerome! I'm so sorry! Jerome!
You try to heal him.
Yeah.
And what happens is you can tell. Basically, this allows you to diagnose Jerome. The first part of healing is delving, and you send the one power into Jerome, and you like extend your consciousness through the weave, and you could tell Jerome has suffered a devastating head injury from this fall, and you cannot heal him.
No. Someone so hot doesn't deserve to die this way.
Yeah. And not only that, Jamil Sedai, that you would have known from a normal fail that you couldn't heal him. But you have not just had a normal fail, you have had the Dark One's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you have drawn the attention of Shaitan upon you.
No.
And you hear behind you a growling. Reverberating from the shadows beyond the trees. And you look over and you see 2 burning red eyes in the darkness.
Red?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I can't save your hot husband. He's gone. And if we don't do something soon, Ayo, we're also about to be gone because there's a big fucking monster back there in the trees and it's growling at me, and I'm sorry.
I turn around and look. Do I also see that?
You see it too, yes.
Oh, shit. Wait, how far is it from us?
I would say at this point, you're in a little bit of a clearing here.
Mm-hmm.
It is about 20 yards from you.
Okay. I draw my sword and just sort of stand it like defensively in front of the people.
Okay, and I'm curious about this sword. So I'm going to have you do a roll for this sword. Roll one die, and this will determine the quality of your sword.
Okay, this can be like a plastic.
No, or the dice will tell us about your sword.
6.
You got a 6?
Nice!
Well, I can tell you what you get for a 6. You have a power wrought sword.
Fuck yeah.
You have a sword that doesn't
Magic
ever
sword.
need to be sharpened.
Oh.
That cannot be broken.
Nope.
And is extra effective against shadow spawn.
That's right.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Power wrought weapons. We're not allowed to make them anymore because of our 3 oaths, but they are extra powerful weapons.
Oh shit.
Power wrought.
Exactly. This is a relic from an ancient time that you have found somehow in the White Tower. Maybe because most Aes Sedai don't bother learning how to use the sword.
Can it look like a shitty like toy sword for a child?
Here's what it looks like. It looks like a shitty toy sword for a child.
Interesting.
Love that.
It looks like it's made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
But it is in fact steel.
Nice.
And it is sharp with no need ever to be sharpened. And
can never be dulled.
Is it possible that I don't know that it's not a wooden sword and I just think I'm really strong?
You might.
Yeah.
No, I think you would know though. You're an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, you're really smart in the power, right? You have like 3 dots in the power.
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
The thing about Aes Sedai that makes this game kind of different from D&D or other games, Aes Sedai are by definition quite capable.
Okay, yeah.
You can't be an Aes Sedai without going through a lot of training, a lot of really grueling standards to be met and tests to be taken. Yeah. Like, so we don't start out as like level 1. We start out pretty dang skippy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you like that other people don't know. It lets them underestimate you though. But you have this power wrought sword, and give me another one of those rolls. I'm just curious.
All right. 2.
2. Okay. Ed the warder just has a normal sword, and it's okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And he's always like, I'm a better I'm a better sword fighter than you. I mean, if you just let me use that sword, like.
No, that you're better, so that means you can use the shittier one, and it's fine. Duh.
I think maybe this was Edward's sword originally.
Yeah. Maybe like Ed found it, and I was the one who figured out that it was like a special one.
Nice.
Like he thought it was like a toy sword. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the moment.
Yeah.
There you are, Jerome, tragically unconscious on the ground. His breathing is feeble, and this woman is just kind of like wailing over him. You pushed her aside, Jamail, when you got down to try to heal Jerome and found out that you could not, and you have just seen these glowing eyes in the darkness.
Okay, so was that my move for this round, or do I get another move?
You weren't in combat.
We are not in combat.
We're not in combat yet.
Okay. What time of day or night is it?
It is you got the message from the Amerlin, and that was probably yesterday afternoon, and you decided like, oh, whatever, we'll just take a good nap tonight. So it's morning. You set out in the morning. It's like 10 a.m.
Great, 10 a.m.
We've been fishing for 3 hours.
Yeah, you got a really early start, but then you've been fishing for 3 hours.
Right. Okay, and the eyes are in like the darkness of the woods. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I want to I want to roll air. I want to see if I can just do a push, like a big gust of air to if I can see like blow all the leaves back and reveal what I'm looking at. And if it can't reveal, then at least it'll be a kind of barrier. Like that thing would have to go upstream to get to us.
You basically want it to be like a permanent kind of wind wall?
Yeah, for as long as I can manage it.
And I got a detail wrong here, and I just want to apologize to everyone. I deserve to be punished. The eyes are not glowing red. The eyes are glowing silver.
Oh,
shit.
I still don't like it. I still don't know what it is, and I don't like it anyway.
So you want to cast this sort of air wall, and you have 3 points in air, so roll 3 dice for me.
Okay, I got a 5. My highest is a 5.
Your highest is a 5. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you have strength of 5, and this brings us to another thing that we forgot to mention. Doing certain tasks with the 1 power might require a certain level of strength that you don't have. So, for example, last time Mary Lou played a weak character who had 2 dots in the power, and she wanted to use air to lasso this giant monster. And I was like, well, that would require more like 5 dots of strength to do. So she could have in that moment burned 3 points of stamina to like try this feat beyond her strength.
Just to be even able to
Just to get to try.
Yeah.
But that's not the case here. You can do this wind wall, and you succeed. And you blow these leaves back, and the branches are kind of blown back, and the shade that they cast recedes a bit, and you're able to see that these glowing silver eyes are seated in a pool of darkness that does not move with the shadow, and you can see a long, glistening snout, black as night.
Oh no!
Pointing out from the trees.
They got a big anteater.
It's a huge
This
anteater.
is
giant
the
anteater.
giant shadow anteater, the most fearsome creature of the Dark One.
I forget what these things are called. Shadow hounds?
Because you've correctly identified it, I will say that Is Ayo Sedai has also correctly identified that you are staring at the muzzle of a dark hound.
Dark hound. Dark hound. Ooh, these guys are bad news, Ayo. Do I need to roll to be able to explain these things, or do I just know?
No, I will say This is a real world advantage you get from knowing the books, but I'll say that you're familiar with these creatures.
Okay. Dark hounds never give up. Once they've caught the scent of their prey, you either need to kill them. You can never run. They will never run out of energy, and they will always find you. So you have to kill them. You cannot run. So
good, because I'm the same fucking way. Let's fucking go.
Great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want them to bite you, and they're really strong and really fast and really scary. Anyway, that's just kind of their big thing. They're just big old bad dogs. Bad dogs.
Okay.
And does it look like he's coming after us?
He is snarling in your direction, but you can't tell. Well, I'll let you. Why not? We have dice. Let's use them. Give me a nature roll for that, or an insight roll, your choice.
I'm gonna do insight because I have 3 in insight and only 1 in nature. So, oh baby, I wish I got 2 5s, 2 5s and a 6. Ooh. Wish I got 2 6s, but I got a 6. So
you got a 6. This dark hound, you can tell, it is not after you. It's just, this is more of a wrong place, wrong time situation, where the dark hound happened to be here on its way elsewhere when this carriage, when it crossed the carriage's path, which spooked the horses. But it wasn't like after them. and it's not after you, but now you have its attention.
Got it. Okay. Okay, we don't have to fight this thing. We can just let it go on its way. Okay? These things are really powerful, really strong. We don't have to engage, Ayo.
I know, but
we don't have to engage.
It's not moving at all towards us?
It's not. It's just kind of there growling, but it maybe looks like it's trying to scare you off. Like it doesn't really want to fight either.
I put my sword away and I look back at it and I start growling too.
Let's see how it responds to that.
I'd call that maybe a manipulate.
Yeah. What are you trying to achieve here?
I'm trying to like scare it back.
You're trying to scare it back?
I'm trying to intimidate
maybe
it.
command.
Yeah, I'll let you roll command for that.
Command? Okay. Oh, I have high command. Oh no! I got 2 1s.
You growl.
The eyes are upon me.
The dark one's eyes again. You growl at this dark hound, trying to scare it away. And instead, what happens is 2 more pairs of silver eyes
Good fucking God.
emerge from the shadows of the forest.
Oh fuck, I accidentally made the dark hound mating call instead. They're all here to fuck.
Ayo, I told you to be careful when you were memorizing the dark hound's mating call. I told you there's no reason to know this piece of information. Didn't I tell you that?
I know, but learning is fun. I'm a lifelong student of... We should all be.
Oh my God.
Learning doesn't stop in the classroom. God damn it.
I will say, with that dark one's eyes, we have now entered combat.
Oh boy.
So now we get to talk about how combat works. And this is
With our last 5 minutes.
This is for the last... Oh yeah, you're right. It's 6 o'clock.
Shit.
Instead, let's leave this as that cliffhanger. You growl at the dark hounds. These 2 more pairs of eyes emerge. And now all 6 eyes move forward. And the shadow of the tree branches resolves into 3 giant feral dogs with fur blacker than night itself. And they are angry. Each of these hounds is about the size of a small horse. And I'd imagine they stand eye to eye with you, Ayo Sedai, and you, Jamail Sedai, and they approach. And we'll find out what happens next tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh my God.
Yes, Steve. For more Dice to Die.
That honestly was like the perfect instance to get a dark one's eye. Like, I'm so glad we did. This is going to be so fun. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is
tune in at 4 p.m. tomorrow to watch us die.
To watch us die instantly and have to start a new game.
Yeah, you're going to sit through another 2 hours of character creation.
Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for playing with us, and I'd love to just hear some of your first impressions of the game so far, because you don't know the books, and this is a game again that like Mary Lou and I are depending on the 14 books worth of information that exists in our heads to like flesh out this universe for us, but you don't have that. But how did character creation feel? How does gameplay feel so far? Like, what is your sense of everything?
Yeah, I mean, so far it feels very intuitive, which is like, again, just because I understand TTRPGs, but like, it's super intuitive, and I think like I really like the flexibility of like Yeah, I don't know. You know how like in D&D, it's sort of like, well, if I'm playing as a ranger, I should like put my stats in this, but I feel like there's like more like flexibility with this, which is fun. Where it's like, oh, I can do like a little bit of air and water and earth and fire. Like just like you can be a little bit more all over the place, which is very fun.
Yeah, we wanted it to be really flexible because it's a one class game, right?
Yeah,
we're all essentially wizards, right? So then, like, what kind of wizard are you going to be?
Exactly.
So it's good that you like that.
Yeah.
Again, Jasmine, we're so happy you're playing with us. I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow at 4 p.m. CST.
Franklin Badge says, OMG, better watch some dog training videos before tomorrow.
It's true. And Snooze Bones says, RIP.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. But if you enjoyed this, we'll be playing it again tomorrow at 4 p.m. PST with Mary Lou and Jasmine, Jamail Sedai, and Ayo Sedai. And if you didn't enjoy this, well, come back next Sunday because we're going back to our regular D&D campaign, The Crater of Madness, with Vic Michaelis and Jasmine and Mary Lou. And from all of us here at Maidens of the Spear, we hope you had a really good time.
A really good time.
And we hope to see you tomorrow.
Really amazing time.
Bye.
A really